What's up, everyone? Genesis here, as always, to welcome you to another episode of the Haven Exchange. Before we dive in, we want to thank our current gold and silver tier patrons, Tashamonetsims, Nerdishiro, and Kazaya. Thank you so much for all the support towards the show. If you are looking to support the show, become a patron today for as little as $1 a month and support the show. Patrons of the Haven Exchange get access to voting powers, exclusive Discord roles within the Gamers Haven Network community, early access to episodes, so many cool things. In this week's episode, we wanted to discuss our games of the year as we round this year out, this brutal year. These might not be the games you'd be expecting us to pick, and of course, while we're looking at 2020, we give a quick glimpse into what we are looking forward to in gaming come 2021. Let's hope things get better. So let us know what your game of the year was and what games you are looking forward to in this new year. And thank you for tuning in. Let's do the damn thing.
The Haven Exchange.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Haven Exchange, a podcast brought to you straight from the Gamers Haven Network. I am your host, Genesis_GH, Twitch's big time streamer. Fuck you, Rick. I'm not even gonna tee you up this time for this shit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you hear them grumbles. Yes, we brought him back. Sage. What's up, buddy?
What's this whole grumbles thing?
We heard you mumbling over there.
Yeah, I was making sure you weren't about to, try to steal my number again.
That whole thing.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Welcome, Sage. Welcome to another episode here. We also have our friendly neighborhood stranger, Big RC.
Stranger danger.
Oh my god!
That's something you should be proud about.
Hey, I'm saying, I was just going with the flow. Man, forget y'all, man.
Right? Have you never heard yes and? Come on, Sage. I know you're an improv genius.
Oh wow! How much have you drank tonight? Compliment me.
I know, right? It's the Christmas season. I need to be jolly.
Yeah,
shut up.
Not just saying no.
Shut up.
Yep, you beat. Yeah, I was about to say something.
And then the infamous "His Kitty is Talking," Mr. Rick.
His kitty is talking. Oh god!
Didn't see it coming.
Thank you. What's going on, fellas?
How are you all feeling this evening?
It's good. I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sage, you have been getting a lot of new equipment in these past weeks. What are you doing over there? You trying to be a content creator?
I'm doing the same thing I do every night, trying to take over the world.
Okay. Or the brain.
Nah, I'm getting a setup, but if I'm gonna do a setup, I gotta do it right. So I'm not just doing computer mic and stuff. I'm literally about to build out an entire room for it before I actually get on.
Oh, you're starting with the environment first before the actual equipment.
Yeah, because everything I want to do is going to be pretty expensive. My artwork alone is going to probably cost me about $400 or $500.
Remember, it's a journey. You can do this over time.
I didn't say I was getting it tomorrow.
I'm just saying, don't wait. Don't wait till you have it all before you start hitting the live button.
I got to be fresh and clean with my stuff. I got my lights. I got to set the ambiance, little music, maybe light a couple of incense.
Right. Rick over here, he had a revamp as well. He bought some new lighting, some new camera angles. He learned how to talk into the mic straight on.
You know what? That's funny. I should not say it here because you three assholes are going to, especially Sage, you're not going to let me live this down.
It's always me.
Forever.
Always me.
But when I was on stream, the time that you were like, "Hey, why are you talking at the top of it?" And I go, "Well, I'm not talking at the top of it, not actually." And you were like, "Well, look at the front of the mic. Do you see it?" And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck does the front look like?" And I didn't wait. So hear me out. I did not know. I literally turned the microphone over and I saw the word back on it. I was like, yo, what the fuck? When I saw that.
When he literally died, I'm pretty sure. So,
bro, I thought about taking this to my grave. It's just too good.
Listen, it is an important lesson. It is one of the most common mistakes streamers do when they buy a fancy new mic is talking into it incorrectly. And the back of it.
You kept saying like your voice you sound distorted. You said I sounded distorted or far away. And I'm like, no, I'm like right on it. What do you mean? And then I just turned it around and I saw back. I'm like, oh, God damn it, dude.
And now you sound amazing. Yeah, I bet he was doing. That's why, like the first few podcast episodes, his audio quality. RC, what the fuck are we gonna do with this guy?
I can't fan him. What
oh my goodness! Cut the mic off. Cut the mic off. This podcast is over.
We're here all night, everybody. We're here all night.
Right.
I don't think we are. Shit. Not at this rate. This shit needs to get ended right now.
It really does. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Oh my goodness.
I can't talk though, Derek. Last time we had the podcast, I had the little tabletop mic. Shasta?
The Shasta, the Shasta.
Yeah, I was sitting on the floor and stuff. It's bad.
We had no idea. That was a good episode, though. We had fun with that one.
Yeah.
Talking about entitlement and gamings. If you haven't checked that episode out, go ahead, check through the episode list and give a listen to Sage's first appearance on the Haven Exchange. And now we got him back here. And what are we talking about today? Well, let me tell you. It is the end of the year, which means it is Game of the Year time. Aside from myself, these gamers over here have been playing through everything and trying to figure out what was the best game they have played. Now, myself, this year has been fucking crazy. You guys know this year has been crazy, but gaming in particular, I haven't really had much opportunity to play games, and I feel so shitty about that.
Mm-hmm. You play games?
I know, right? Exactly. So I think I don't know if I actually missed out. I missed out on completing a lot of games. So I'm feeling kind of bad about that. But I have my game of the year in mind, and I think I'm going to have to defend it a little bit because your guys' choices are probably going to be worthy contenders compared to mine. But who wants to kick us off? Who is feeling adamant about their game of the year?
I say you.
Me?
If you feel like you have to defend it, let's get right into it.
Yeah, maybe you should go first since you're probably the only one that's going to have your game of the year is probably going to last you 5 seconds to tell us why.
Oh, damn, man. That's true, though.
Whereas the three of us are probably going to finish the rest of this. So,
yeah, that's okay. That's a good point. Like I said, I haven't had much opportunity to really sit down and play games. My time has been spent on a lot of multiplayer gaming, but the game that I think I'm going to solidify my 2020 game of the year for is going to be Mortal Shell. That is going to be my game of the year, an indie development team coming out of nowhere and giving me the Dark Souls recipe that I am always itching for in between Dark Souls releases.
That's not as left field as you made it seem, because I played that with you.
You did play that with me. We had a good time playing that.
Still ain't beat that last boss.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm not as close as you are, Sage. I'm about 75% of the way through, but just opening that game up, or the opening sequence of that game was like, it gave me all the feels that I normally only get from a Dark Souls game, and the heaviness of inspiration that they took from that series, and not only taking the inspiration, but also making it their own, to where you didn't feel like this was just a clone. I think that's important to point out.
See, and I can agree with that, but the reason why that didn't make my top 10 this year, whereas it is a really good game, but it has the Dark Souls feel, but it doesn't give you any of the lore. It doesn't really have that story that you want to learn what's going on. It's not a huge replayability factor. Like they released it and it was like it was half done, because if you think about it, the game only really has 4 bosses throughout the entire game, and everything else is just you tracking your way to get to the boss.
I want to say I'm 75% of the way through, and I'm probably more than 8 hours into it. You could attribute that to the deaths and replayability of the little sections, but the lore was there. Each item had fantastic descriptions written about them to give you a sense of what the world was.
Yeah, it had the descriptions, but you gotta think about like Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 would have those grand cutscenes whenever a real badass was about to come into the scene that made you like, oh, I'm probably about to get fucked up right here. Like, I didn't have any of those moments in this game. It was like, all right, let's go. Like, granted, I got my shit pushed in a lot, but still.
Well, I think it has the foundation for a solid series to come. Something to look forward to, for sure. And being one of the games that I was able to really get invested in, that's why it's my game of the year. I know there was a lot of titles that came out this year that probably would take that throne for me, but just scratching the itch of Dark Souls is something that puts that right at the top for me.
As far as Souls clones go for this year, that's definitely the number one Souls clone. Like,
but that's else. The thing. I don't think you could call it. I mean, like, I think it's Souls inspiration.
But that's they still
Soul inspired.
Soul inspired. Yes,
they created that genre, so it's a Souls clone. I mean, no matter how you like to look at it, yes, it can be different and want to do its own thing. Fine, if you want to use Souls like.
Yeah, clone just means like laziness. Like you're just really copy paste.
Have you ever tried to make a clone? It's hard. No, I'll take them to clone.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they did some inventive things to expand on what, give their part of it into the game.
Because what was the name of that game? Code Vein. That was Anime Souls.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Code Vein was good.
I enjoyed that game a lot.
I still need to play that one.
I still need to beat that. What is with me in these last bosses? That last boss.
Sekiro too?
Yes. Sekiro.
Oh man, that's one game that I really wish I was better at, because I want to love Sekiro so much, but I think I'm on the fat boss, the one that like vomits on his sword or whatever. Yeah, I can't get back at him.
My one friend broke something down to me, and it made so much sense. Apparently, if you play it like it's a rhythm game, it's super easy.
Oh
with the parries and all that. Yeah, absolutely, it's rhythm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe one day I'll dive back into it, but
no, you won't.
Nah, I probably won't.
No, you know Rick's play style is he plays something and then he comes back and he is the one that puts a 10-year lifespan on any video game.
Yeah.
Right now he's super hype about Cyberpunk right now. Give it a week. He'll be playing Witcher 3.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I'm not going to argue with him. He's not wrong.
Yep.
And I'm the same way.
Stranding. Yep.
I'm the same way with movies, TV shows. Like, I literally have hundreds of shows that I need to watch, but instead, I'll watch the same episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for the 100th time.
See, I can't argue with you on that, dude. I just rewatched all the Big Bang Theory, and I'm probably about to start it all over the second we get done with this podcast.
Like, dude, there's just some things that you just love to watch, like that, and The League. Like, I've watched The League 100 times over. Like, I don't know.
Well, then, Rick, what was the game that took you the entire year to play then for your game of the year?
So that's actually so funny you say that, because my game of the year pick is the game that I have been playing constantly instead of the large backlog that I have. And just from looking at Craig's face, I think he knows what I'm about to say.
Oh, God. All right.
Was it my? Is it who's going first with?
Wait a minute. Let me put some stipulations in here. So, game of the year, I feel like it's okay that it can obviously be the game that released in 2020, and then also B, if you had just played it for the first time in 2020, but it maybe was released last year or the year before, but that's kind of stretching it. We'll have to make some calls on these.
Well, do you hear that? Do you hear that, Rick? For the first time, played it for the first time.
Yes. Well, so like an example would be Yakuza Kiwami 2, right? Like the game. Choice? No, that's not my choice. But the game came out 2 years ago, but it just came out on Xbox this year. So people who may only have an Xbox may have only experienced it for the first time this year.
May I remind you, Witcher came out in 2015.
Witcher is not my game of the year.
I'm just saying, it can't be your game of the year every year, okay?
You had to verify it.
No, it's not.
I just played another 20 hours of it, though, so, you know.
I'm probably, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm probably going to play that when we get off stream. I'll be off this. No, I'm going back to Cyberpunk. My personal game of the year it's going to have to go to Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm gonna go Doom Eternal because every game on this list is amazing, or at least not on this list, but every game that could be nominated this year, they're all incredible games. You know, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Cyberpunk, if you want to count it. Although Cyberpunk's way too early to tell. I'm not giving that anything really. But
the cutoff day anyway.
So. Right, it's after the cutoff day. Plus the whole bugs and glitches and stuff that people are experiencing. Like I don't think anyone can really give it that. But Doom Eternal, to me, from start to finish, is a game that it just it checked every single box that I think it did everything perfectly. The music. Now, I mean, there's a big debate going around about Mick Gordon and his involvement and the audio not being mixed correctly. I can't notice it. I don't notice any of that, but the story, the sound design, the gameplay, just every single aspect of Doom Eternal to me is incredible. I cannot stress enough how much I love that game. And then I also think about, for me, in terms of game of the year, I think about a game that I can still play well after it's come out. Right. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, enjoyed my time with it. Probably I'll never play it again. Ghost of Tsushima, loved it, played it, loved the raid, the legend stuff, but it had a limit on how much I wanted to play it. Basically, like, it's fun. It's not better than Doom Eternal.
Did you play Mortal Shell?
I did play Mortal Shell. I played it for a little bit. Now, and saying it's better than saying Doom Eternal is better than Ghost of Tsushima is a loaded. I don't know if I should say it's better. I just enjoyed my time with Doom Eternal more than Ghost of Tsushima. That's probably a better way to put it.
They're two completely different games.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your opinion alone, so yes, I can see how for you that could be your game of the year. Me, I couldn't get behind it because there was nothing really to it. The story was super weak and it's just fast paced, nonstop action. I mean, it's the very definition of repetitive.
See, the only reason why I disagree with you on both points. The story was amazing, but it's not told completely through cutscenes. You know, there's some lore that you would have to already know, which I guess
you said the story's amazing.
I don't know. I liked it. I don't
think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, it was great.
I think you're using that word wrong.
No, I think the story was really good, and I think it was great, I should say, but it's because I love Doom 2016. It was easy to carry over to Doom Eternal. Now, as far as repetitive gameplay, I think the reason why I like Doom Eternal so much is because it's a game that you could just pick up and just kind of
turn your brain off.
Right.
Shoot some faces off. I started it the other day because Rick has been hyping it up so much. Mm-hmm. And it definitely is very fast paced. It was jarring a little bit because they get you right into the thick of the shit. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I'm actually surprised, Sage, that you may not have enjoyed it as much because it very much felt Unreal Tournament in the way its speed was.
I ain't played Unreal Tournament in over 20 years.
That was your shit, though. That was your FPS. But there were some scenic moments where I'm like, walking down the cliffside and you see this giant fucking demon walking through the background and you're traversing through this land. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then the music design was phenomenal. But I will say that I don't know if that's something I'm going to really push through and play through.
Well, no, because I get you not having too much fun with it just because, who goes from playing Stardew Valley to Doom Eternal? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
let's start with who plays Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Y'all are about to get a ton of unfollows.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true. So, okay, I take that. I didn't say anything bad about Stardew Valley, okay?
Nope, I stand by my words.
But no, I think I get why you may not have enjoyed it that much. And it's definitely not for everybody,
It's not.
It's definitely not.
It has its own niche. So,
it's polished, that's for sure. I can't knock it. It's polished.
No, the game runs amazingly. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking that. It's just for me. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. Like that's the same reason why you don't see me on like Call of Duty all that much. Or if I am on Call of Duty, I'll always play the story, the campaign first, because I'm there to try to get sucked into the world, not just mindlessly killed.
Yeah, they do well with their campaigns for sure, and that's why I think Doom Eternal was solid for me. It didn't have that special grasp that I sometimes get from games where I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to go back and play this. But I'll definitely pick it up again, and I want to explore. I think you said there's some multiplayer aspects to it, right?
Yeah, the battle mode, but I mean, the battle mode it's my only gripe with that is for the achievements. Some of the achievements they're a little annoying, like get 50 kills, I think, with the Doomslayer, but they kind of overwhelm you on online multiplayer because there's 3 player controlled demons trying to kill you. And then they can spawn AI controlled demons. It's a lot. I mean, for the single player, as much as they throw at you in the single player, for some reason it's dialed up to 11 when you're playing multiplayer.
Sounds like it's not balanced.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not balanced well at all. So for me personally, it's game of the year if you just take battle mode out of the equation. It's just single player for me. Like there's so many times where I'll turn that game on and be like, you know what? I kind of had a rough day. I just want to snap something's neck off. I just want to, latch onto the demon and break his arm and feed his bone through his mouth. Like some shit like that.
He needs more inspiration for 5th graders.
For the FBI agent listening, we are not affiliated with him.
No, I don't know who this motherfucker is.
No, all 3 of you motherfuckers have _GH next to your name, so you are.
God damn it.
Well, except one. There is one guy in here that's his name is fuck Justin. I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
I don't know who it is, but fuck that guy.
He's just on board. Now, Rick, did you have a contender that was close to possibly taking over the Doom Eternal throne for you?
Yeah, actually. I can see Sage's face.
When I say Witcher,
it's not gonna be Witcher. It's not gonna be Witcher. My second runner up was gonna be Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah.
And I the only reason why Doom edged it out just a little bit was because of the replayability for it. Like I can pick up Doom Eternal anytime and play it, whereas Ghost I kind of got to be in a mood for it. Like I have no drive to play it anymore right now. I will at some point, but just right now, I have no interest in going back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
Big RC, what do you got? What's your game of the year?
Oh man, I'm a little embarrassed to say because I should have played a lot more newer games in 2020. I kind of fell behind, catch up with the latest and greatest, and I had top contenders. But like really thinking about it, honestly, games that I really enjoyed and got the most out of and willing to continue to clean up, I'll have to say Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Okay.
Oh,
that's a good choice.
And the only reason I said that is because great timing, by the way. Both Will of the Wisp and The Blind Forest, I think they got dropped like within a month from each other on the Game Pass. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when I played The Blind Forest for the first time, I enjoyed it. So when I saw Will of the Wisps was available in the Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass, on top of that, I definitely ran through it and definitely enjoyed the story. Like it definitely continued right after the first one.
Yes.
Oh,
Blind
yes.
Forest was amazing.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So you played both games back to back for the first time?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what made me definitely enjoy it. On top of that, of course, I got that Metrovania set up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that. Like, I know that's why you did
Yeah,
your shit.
exactly. I love that type of genre, man. So I'm exploring, powering up, unlocking more to learn more about the story and everything. And like the music in that game was beautiful as well. Matter of fact, two of the songs on that soundtrack I like is part of my RC soundtrack on YouTube. Be sure to check it out, youtube.com / Big RC56.
Yeah, boy.
Man, visually it looked good, and when I grabbed my Series X, I'm willing to run through it again just to see the optimizations they put into that game as well.
Yeah. Did you finish? So you finished Will of the Wisps?
Oh no, yeah. I definitely finished it, but not 100% because there's some areas I still haven't explored, or maybe power ups I didn't get yet. But yeah, I finished the story, but not the game 100% yet. So
am I gonna cry at the end of that one? Because I definitely cried at Blind Forest.
No,
you might.
No. It's more of a happy ending.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing to say about this game. Never played it.
Man, you don't know what you're missing, man.
I don't like 2D side scrollers. You know that.
No,
I thought you liked Symphony of the Night.
That was 360. That was it. And I only played that because all y'all were playing it. And I was like, oh, this is actually good.
Oh, that's right. He played Symphony of the Night, and then he also got what's the other one? That multiplayer one. Yeah, I can't. HD. Harmony of Despair. Yeah. Now that game is fun as fuck.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in that game.
Yeah, that's another story for another time. But yeah, that's a fun ass game.
I'm pretty sure if I had put more time into Will of the Wisps, that would probably be my game of the year as well.
All right.
Yeah, I could see that being something that you would definitely enjoy, especially if you played Blind Forest.
Blind Forest was so good.
Yeah.
It was definitely entertaining, and I'm glad I played that first and then moved over.
Yeah,
because it was a great improvement from the first one. So
yeah, just to see the little subtle changes that they did. The saving mechanic, the way they did the upgrade tree, I thought was a huge improvement in Will of the Wisps. That's definitely a good choice. Who's your runner up?
Oh, man, it's funny you say that because I was thinking about two other games. I was thinking about Streets of Rage 4.
I knew it.
I have been seeing them on that. Like
everybody knew that.
I knew that.
Whatever. I was thinking about Streets of Rage 4 and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Okay. Yeah, I would have guessed that last one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But actually,
I
would have thought Streets of Rage was your game of the year and Kakarot was your runner-up.
Yeah,
you kind of actually caught me by surprise with that order.
No, see, I wanted to. I really did want to. What's up?
Did Fighters come out this year?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Like a year and a half or 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like February, I think, of 18.
I want to say that, but it's just some around the time, probably. But yeah, with Streets of Rage 4, you guys already know I love the soundtrack.
No.
Phantom already know that I really wasn't interested until they put the trailer out of throwing in the old school sprites of the retro characters. That's why I was playing. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. And as for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the reason why I put that up there as a runner-up as well is because they're introducing the Dragon Ball Super episodes in that one. So you go through the whole Dragon Ball Z timeline plus the Super timeline right now with Golden Frieza and Battle of Gods with Beerus. And I think another episode is going to come out soon too. So
probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I wish Dragon Ball would just die already.
But it's not though, man.
I know it's not. It's so dumb. I just wish it would be over. Waiting 18 episodes with one fight. It's just ridiculous.
That was an old format, man. And that's another discussion for another time. So
hey, Genesis, remember how before we started recording, you specifically told me to not go on Facebook or anything, so I didn't laugh and kind of disrupt the recording.
Yeah, so you decided to disrupt the recording about talking about that?
Yes. So now I think I need to not look at Sage's face while we do this, because seeing his face at times when we say something.
And I just got him over there like bouncing up and down like he's on a fucking ball.
Just seeing him shake his head when he was like, if this, I could read his lips, like if this motherfucker says Witcher.
Motherfucker.
I mean, I could turn off my camera.
I gotta look away.
Nobody is gonna see you.
I know. I mean, it's just so far away. The mouse, just gotta click it.
But so I guess Sage is the only one. I'm not. I think I know what Sage is gonna say.
No. My game of the year has the best action, the best story.
Oh, he's going hardcore cell mode.
Like,
He is.
it's unbelievable. Like, I don't understand how anybody could think that this should not be game of the year. And of course, if anybody knows me, I'm only talking about one game here.
Yes.
Overcooked 2.
No.
Nah. No, for real though. My game of the year is, of course, Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, the game is amazing. Like, one thing, it has the best opening I've seen, and not like it's like super like gritty or cinematic or something like that. It's literally just the most beautiful opening I've ever seen. Like, you go
Is he like riding through a field of flowers on a horse or some shit?
You go through the cutscene, you're riding away on your horse, and out of nowhere, the title shows up, and you see him lean over and run his fingers through the blades of grass and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And it had a photo mode. I never played with photo modes a day in my life. I'm taking pictures left and right in this thing. Like, oh my God, this game just looks so beautiful. Like, the game is amazing. It's the Assassin's Creed we always wanted without it being Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has a great story. The mechanics are ridiculously polished. The character development is second to none. Like, there's legit characters in that game that I still hate to this day. Like, there's this whole crew of people because this one dude stabbed me in the back and go say his name.
Oh yeah.
But he had his whole little crew. So I spent a good 2 days after I took care of him wearing his hat and tracking down his people and only killing them.
Oh my God.
I'm vindictive. I want them to look me in the eyes when they saw it coming, you know? It has great replay value. They keep adding more stuff to it. Like, they added the free multiplayer, which introduces.
What is the multiplayer in that?
Yeah, it introduces 4 new Shinobis.
Classes. Yes.
Yeah, they aren't the main character. They're 4 completely different ones, and they all have different types. You can do a 2-player campaign where you run through the story because it actually has a whole full story drawn out, or you can do the 4-person survival or raid. But you have to do like the campaign first, probably, so you can level up your character because it's customization. There's gear that you can swap in and out. They went really hard on this free DLC. And then on top of that, they added the New Game Plus. And when they added the New Game Plus, they added new equipment in it too. Not only can I play the game and it gets harder, I can get better and doper looking and doper working equipment. Like, the game is just solid. It's a beautiful game. I don't understand how it's not on top of everybody's list. The only way it's not on your list is if you didn't play it.
That is my only reason. And everything I've watched about it gameplay wise, it does look amazing. And then to see the excitement from you, Sage, about this, I know like there's some games where you and I are in sync about, and I think this would be one of them. So I look forward to playing it for sure.
Dude, and you know, I hate Sony.
Right. This is the game that dusted off his PlayStation.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to play this. Dude, the whole mechanic about how, because you can play the game honorable, like the Shinobi, or you can play the game, dishonorable and then be a ninja. Or
all right, stop right there. Stop right there. Big RC, Rick, which route do you think he took?
Oh, him?
Serious question.
I'm probably going to go... You know what? No. I think he went honorable.
You think he went honorable?
Yeah, because I think Sage likes the culture
He wants to escape.
I think he likes the culture of
That's good.
You know what I mean? Maybe he
Well,
respects the culture enough to be like, no, I'll respect the ways.
I'll follow
of
the
samurai.
code.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just letting you dig your own grave,
I feel like
your own
I
ditch
am.
at this point.
I
But
feel
right
like
now,
I am.
yes.
Yeah, I feel like I am.
Yeah,
You
nah,
agree? You agree, Big RC?
No, I do not. No.
He said no.
Hey, we're talking about the same stage here.
Hell no.
He doesn't give a fuck
nah.
about people's lives in games. No.
Sage?
Anybody and everybody got their hands. I didn't care. Yeah, I was the ghost all day.
He's like, what code?
But
It's
had
cold
I known about this mechanic beforehand, I would have played honorable because now my game is all dark and gloomy. Apparently, the way the game works, the more you play as the ghost, the less sunshine it is, and it's just always stormy. So now my game is just pitch black, and I'm like, all right, well, new game plus. Let's just do this the right way.
Oh no!
This is the first time Sage got repercussions for his actions in life.
Oh man!
Let's see if I can reverse this because I kind of want those dope visuals again.
He's like, I want blue skies. Why are my skies so gray?
And I'm playing it. I'm playing.
Like,
Chops the head off.
Shit.
I'm playing. I have no clue. I'm just riding thunderstorm. I'm like, man, it was just sunny 2 seconds ago.
Let me ask you though, because you said you were hyped for this. To me, I feel like this game kind of came out of nowhere. Were you aware of this for a while and tracking it?
Yeah, the game. They announced that game the same time they announced Sekiro. Like literally at the same E3. I think maybe minutes apart.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like, I think it was it 15? E3 2015? 16?
I think it was 17 actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they announced it then, but I guess it was supposed to come out in 18, but they pushed it back.
Yeah, because this is a whole new studio. Like, this isn't...
No, it's not a new studio.
What else have they done?
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, Insomniac. I'm sorry, not Insomniac.
They did
Tim Schafer.
they
Tim
did
Schafer
Infamous.
made this. They did what?
The Infamous series.
Yeah, it's like
this.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought this was like some indie studio.
No, you see them graphics? That's not indie budget right there, sir.
And anybody with Unreal Engine can fucking produce those graphics.
I don't think
I like that.
I don't think
I
that's
like that.
Unreal Engine though. Anyway,
That game is beautiful.
Look it up. Where's my Jamie at?
can you look it up from Young Jamie? I'm looking it up right now.
That's got to be Unreal, unless it's a proprietary one.
I don't know.
I actually don't remember seeing the Unreal tag. I mean, it could be though. I just remember, dude, the soundtrack in that game. And then,
I don't know why. For some reason, I thought this was like some like real indie studio, sort of like Border Shell.
No, it's a Sucker Punch proprietary engine.
Oh, okay.
And of course, the ultimate disrespect. After you murdered somebody, you bust out your flute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you play the song of your people to them as their dead body, as their head rolls down.
This is what I'm saying. The game does not instruct you to do that at all. This psychopath just does that and wonders why his skies are gray and cloudy.
Well, they give you awards for stuff, like some dude I had on my ghost armor. He saw me, decapitate a couple of his friends. So he did the smart move. He's like, nope, I don't want no smoke. He turned around and ran away.
He said, nope.
So
You chased him down, didn't you?
I let him get a decent amount. Then I shot him in the head with an arrow.
Oh my goodness.
And then walked over there and played my song.
Well,
And you would think Doom Eternal was like the evil one, but
Hey,
well,
they invaded my homeland, and I was getting it back.
Okay.
I mean, that's the same thing as Doom Eternal. They invaded, Earth's homeland, and I just taking it back. I just happen to use their bones to kill them.
And there are a couple moments in that game that will tug at your heartstrings too. Especially that final decision.
Yeah.
It was rough. I didn't know what to do.
I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because I do plan to play that game because it does look like something I would enjoy very much.
Yeah.
I have to dust off my PlayStation to play that.
I think Ghost of Tsushima is it's one of those games where if you have a PlayStation, you need to play it. And if you don't have a PlayStation, I would make the argument that it's worth buying one for.
If they do a next gen upgrade, I'll get the PS5 just for that.
Is it challenging in the realm of Dark Souls? Because it almost seemed like that with the way the combat looked.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's definitely not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Yeah,
I mean, you can play it on easy, but I wouldn't recommend it.
or we'll call you a bitch.
I just played it on normal. When you start off playing it on normal, getting the parry down was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, like I don't want to use challenging, but like you're
Yeah.
a little tricky.
But I found that most of that was because my TV at the time, RIP.
Oh yeah.
RC, I'm curious why isn't this your game of the year?
Because I started it, but I never finished it.
Oh, okay. Do you think it could have been a contender had you finished it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, you need to beat that shit then.
Well, I will. I just so many games I want to play. I gotta focus on that time. Just
yeah.
You can make haikus in there. They don't make no sense, but you can make haikus.
What is that? 5775?
Yeah, they're like I was trying to make them make sense, and they still was like, yeah. I was like, all right, whatever.
Sage, what would your runner-up have been then?
I only really played 3 games this year that I would consider for Game of the Year. Everything else was just me just playing just because I was bored. As much as I played Destiny would not be in the running.
Right.
But it would either be Code Vein or Mortal Shell, actually.
Okay.
I enjoyed both of those games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just that damn last boss.
On all of them.
Last.
I didn't realize Code Vein came out this year, though, did it?
Yeah, it came out in was it February or March?
Yeah, February.
Yeah,
I think.
Early 2020.
Okay.
Code
that
Vein
was definitely on my list, but
I mean, it was Anime Dark Souls. Of course I was going to play it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it would have to be those two. I don't think anything else really came out this year. I mean, because of COVID and everything, a lot of things got pushed back or they didn't have the manpower to push out the updates that they wanted to.
It's definitely a weird year for gaming. I mean, just the ones that we talked about tonight, aside from Doom, but I don't even put Doom in the AAA sequel land that I would like Call of Duty or Last of Us or any of those titles. So it's interesting that, and I think good that we all kind of picked something that wasn't, maybe not the top seller,
Right.
Here's a question. Those are game of the year that we all think. Real quick, just off the top of your head, get maybe 5 seconds to think about it. What is the game you're anticipated about the most coming up?
Ooh.
I need more than 5 seconds.
Like I give y'all some time. For me,
oh no, go ahead.
I'm about to say, for me, it's a game that's already out, but they had to completely break it down to its bare bones. I'm super hyped about Anthem 2.0. I've been
still hanging on,
dude. I've been reading and watching all the developer notes that they've been coming out with. Okay. It's about to be a completely different game. It's going to be the game that we should have got the first.
And I'm down to play.
Yeah,
and I'm super stoked about it. They haven't said when it's coming out yet, but
right.
But that's the game I'm really looking forward to right now. I don't think there's anything else on my radar as of yet, but that's it for me.
I think for me, there's 2. So the next big game that I'm really excited for is Hitman 3.
Yeah,
it's a week before my birthday. I'm crazy excited for it. But overall, my most anticipated game next year is probably Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
That's probably the one. I mean, God of War, it's good. I know it'll be decent. I know it'll be good. Horizon. I think that Hogwarts Legacy is probably going to be good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, Halo Infinite will be good. Like there are games that you just know are going to be good, right? And
can I recheck my statement?
But Resident Evil 8, I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I kind of want to recheck my statement. I want to change mine to Far Cry 6.
That one's going to be good. That's another one.
Because I completely forgot about Far Cry 6 because I don't know who that dude's name is, but he can only play an asshole. But he does it so well.
Yeah, from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, everything he's in, he's a dick, but he does it so gracefully.
I don't know his name, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's a long time to do. But I guess as for me though, I would have said Cyberpunk, but obviously it's out now. So ever since I watched the VGA awards, I'm actually quite excited about Back 4 Blood.
Yes. That
that did look.
Yes, man, big Left 4 Dead fan. I mean, to this day, and Phantom already knows, I still play Left 4 Dead 2 randomly at times.
Yeah.
Like, hell, even if you say you want to play it tonight, I might be down to play it tonight.
Yeah,
you know, and for this to be the spiritual successor of Left 4 Dead, like, yeah, I definitely want to give it a shot, and I hope it's just as good or even better.
That one's good, man. Perfect Dark, man.
Oh. Yeah,
I cannot wait for it, and it just from the look of everything, it looks like it's a real sequel to the first game.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Okay.
I cannot wait for that one.
I need to see a little bit more about that. More on that before I can cast my vote.
Sage, I totally agree with you, man. As I said, like the original was beautiful. Zero was a little bit of a disappointment. I see what they were trying to do. Okay, fine. It was a freaking disappointment. All right, fam, you happy now? It's the fact that, man, I think I see what they were trying to do, but they were doing a little too much.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
it ended up not being as good as it should have been. So hopefully, they took the pros and cons from both games. Hopefully, they'll introduce into this new one. So,
dude, all these games are good, but for real, if they drop Elden Ring tomorrow, I'm not playing anything for next year.
I was just about to say it.
I'm not playing nothing for next year. Wait, they haven't seen a single pixel of that game.
No,
I will still drop everything to play that game.
I guarantee that it's going to be like one of those, it's out now, and we know nothing about it. And it's like they say, it's out now, and then it's like, it's out now, and we haven't seen shit.
Dude, nobody needs to. You got the
Miyazaki, George R. Martin.
I'm gonna say whatever. Just release it. Y'all ain't got to spend no money on marketing.
That's funny. You know what? As an honorable mention too, the Callisto Protocol from the creator of Dead Space.
That looked interesting. That did look interesting.
That looked extremely interesting.
Yes, that's going to be awesome.
I did not see that, but I am very interested if it is the creators of Dead Space.
Yep. The guy Glenn Schofield, he was the creative director and the creator of Dead Space, and he formed a new studio. So no EA involvement. It's his own studio.
Yeah.
It's called the Callisto Protocol. And you can tell
they're just founding game companies. Like, didn't he like do Sledgehammer?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, they do. I mean, you know, how many people? There are a ton of game developers that just jump from studio to studio. Like you see, Cory Barlog. He left. He made God of War 2. Left, worked on I think Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then came back to do the new God of War. You know what I mean? Like the game developers go all over the place.
Yeah, but they don't just found companies.
That's true. Well, no, but Hideo Kojima, he created Kojima Productions, quit, and then created Kojima Productions again.
Cliffy B, what's his studio name? That
Boss Key.
I wonder if this.
Boss Key. I think.
I think
I'm gonna say it, and I know this is gonna piss somebody in here off.
Hideo
Kojima.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Legit, just needs to stop making games and just make movies.
Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna argue with you. I would agree because his stories are the best parts, and if I can just avoid playing a game and just watch a 2-hour movie, I'm in. You know.
Well, that was Metal Gear Solid 4, wasn't it?
No, see, that's funny.
That's 100% what it was.
That is funny.
Had a cutscene, load into a cutscene,
dude.
Of a cutscene.
That last
2 hours later.
The final cutscene, like after you fire the last bullet of that game, it was like a legit 1.5-hour cutscene. And
Sage, we only have 2 rules on the Haven Exchange. Don't bring up Metal Gear Solid or Witcher 3. Because we're about to go down an hour-long rabbit hole.
I didn't say anything.
You were about to.
To be fair, I didn't bring up those games. I just said he should stop making them.
You brought up Hideo.
That's all it takes. You open the door.
Jesus.
Is Jesus? I wouldn't go that far.
Now, I wanted to say some honorable mentions as well, but I think these are ones to look forward to in the coming year that could have been contenders for Game of the Year in my eyes. RC, you might agree with me on Grounded.
Yes.
I think we got some big things that are coming from that game. It's definitely too early to say that's Game of the Year, but we have spent a lot of time in that.
I usually don't enjoy like those build-up co-op type games, but that one really caught my interest.
I'm surprised how invested you have been with that, and to
Yeah.
be able to play that with me has been fantastic.
Yeah, great. Yes.
And so going into 2020, who knows? That could be Game of the Year 2021.
False news.
I'd like to point out that Sage and Rick were both, y'all, dog, download this right now. We got to play this right now.
Don't even sound like me.
That don't.
That was Rick.
That don't sound like me either.
Dog, download this. Yeah, download this right now. Dog, you got to.
Wait, was that high pitch? What supposed to be?
High pitch Sage.
Dude.
That was a awful high pitch. That might have been the worst impression I've ever heard in my life.
I'm just saying, the two of you both hyped this shit up and have completely dismissed the game.
No, because I hate it. The same reason why I hate DayZ. It's a game with no purpose. You literally play just to play. There's no end game whatsoever.
That's false.
It's
but they keep adding content.
It is the busy work version of a video game. Like, oh, let's just keep building stuff. Oh, what are we building to? Just to build.
That's funny.
That's
just. Am I wrong?
Let me try to frame this response in an intelligent manner. Yes, you are just building to build.
You don't even get achievements out of it. Like, you're just there.
It's early access.
It's gonna be early access. It's gonna be early access for the next 3 years. And you'll be like, no, it's early access.
We just stormed the pond like bats out of hell.
What'd you get out of it?
We got koi scales and we got bones. And
wait, are those gonna help you beat a boss? Oh wait, ain't no bosses. Are those gonna level you up? Wait, never mind.
They're fleshing it out. It's a team of like 4 people.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That wasn't my game of the year this year, but I think that we're gonna see good things come out of that come the next year.
A team of 4 people did Among Us, and Among Us is dope. It's straight and to the point.
Well, Among Us is. I could argue the gameplay on that as not being very good.
Well, that's not what Among Us is there for. The gameplay. Among Us is more of a, I guess what you can say maybe like the catalyst. Like the whole thing that makes the game so great is the discussion between you and your friends. Like the game aspect. And then, you lose friends because, everybody's, accusing everybody.
Game that sort of evolved on its own, though. The gameplay doesn't set you up for success in that regard.
Well, actually, it kind of does, because if you're in a party and it's, what was it, 8 people, I think? Only one of you is the killer. Of course, everybody's going to be arguing, trying to figure out who's the killer. There's no other way it's not going to be handled democratically. Like, they're going to be like, everybody vote if you think Jen is the killer. Raise your hand.
No, it's Big RC because he's always the killer, apparently.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
I was the killer 4 games in a row, and I told y'all every time that I was killing Nerder first. And she died first every time, and every time nobody voted.
You stuck to your word. That's admirable.
I remember I would just, after I kill her, I would turn on her screen, just like see her face, and it was just the saddest face ever.
Why is he picking on me?
Great game. That was great.
Well, like I said, about wraps it up. We have talked about our games of the year. I'm curious what you out there, what is your games of the year? What have you been playing? What has really stuck to you profoundly this year? Just a quick recap. Mine was Mortal Shell. Big RC was
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh, yeah. Phantom.
Doom Eternal.
Boy. And then we're going to just call it a quit.
Yeah, like I mentioned Sage.
Oh, Sage. What was your game of the year?
I am the ghost.
I am the ghost. The bad ghost.
That's what a ghost is. The ghost is the killer. The samurai is the good side. The ghost is the bad side.
Yeah, well, that's why you should play some Phasma with us.
Oh, man, dude.
I'm sorry. There's a ghost knocking at my door. I got to go.
You better handle that shit. They usually don't be knocking like that. It must be a mare.
A mare?
He doesn't get it yet. He will. He will soon.
Not a horse in my house right now.
That is funny.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of the Haven Exchange. We are rounding out the year of 2020 as we talk about our games of the year. And like we mentioned earlier, we want to hear what you are choosing for your game of the year. And the Game Awards just premiered at the time of this recording, so we're going to be excited to learn what the general population is suggesting. It's probably not going to be any of our titles.
Gonna be Overcooked 2.
Listen, dude, you want to fuck with some Overcooked 2 with me?
They did just announce Overcooked 2, the Muppets edition. Oh, whatever that.
Me and RC played that game. It's surprisingly hard.
It's really hard, and it's so much fun. I will play Overcooked with you guys. I love that game. Anyways, we want to give a big shout out to our Patreon supporters, Tashamonetsims, Nerder She Wrote, and Kazaya. Thank you guys for the continued support and all the love that you have shown for the Haven Exchange and being Patreon members. You all voted on our previous topic, so I hope you enjoyed that as well. And keep an eye out for a new poll for the next topics that we're going to be talking about before we hit 2021.
Or December 32nd.
Or no. Just stop it.
Don't you put that curse on me.
Stop it. Go sit in the corner, Sage.
It's the year that won't end.
This shit is ending. I promise you.
I don't know. I mean, earlier in the year, they confirmed that aliens are real, and everybody was like, meh.
We just talked about that on our aliens episode.
Wonder why I didn't get invited for that. Imagine that.
But we have a part 2 coming up.
We got a part 2.
That's right.
Do you believe in aliens, Sage?
More than ghosts.
Good point.
Yeah, wait till you get freaked out as soon as I start showing you ghost videos, and then you'll start believing both.
Yeah, his fucking paranormal section on his YouTube
No,
channel.
I was legit in a house that had a ghost before, but I still believe in it.
Oh, you did tell me that story.
Yeah.
Okay, for another time, people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another time. Yes.
I'm your host, Genesis_GH. Follow me on Twitch. Let's party. Let's hang out. Come and join the Discord for the Gamers Haven Network, where all the party people are and the amazing people that we love so much. Big RC, what's going on, man?
Yes, as always, you catch me at twitch.tv/BigRC_GH. And also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at BigRC56. And don't forget to check out that paranormal activity on my YouTube channel as well.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Rick, is your kitty talking? Let it
Let it roar?
Oh my goodness.
let your kitty roar.
Oh my goodness. I hope this podcast is canceled after this. I really hope we get canceled now. Or at least you. At least let me continue to Twitch and do my stuff.
I'm kicked off.
Yeah, you're banned. No, I'm usually on. You can catch me either on Twitter or Twitch now. Mainly, Twitter is at Phantom_GHN and Twitch at Phantom_GH.
Congratulations on affiliate, buddy.
Thank you. I finally hit affiliate. It feels good. I took 2 seconds to look at some of the alert sounds and all that stuff, and I'm definitely gonna hit you up, Justin, for help on that.
Who's Justin?
Who is Justin? Fuck
that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who hadn't been saying anything this whole stream. His name is just Fuck Justin.
He's the producer.
Yeah, producer/seducer. There you go.
Ooh.
Well, that just got somewhere weird. Oh.
That just got weird.
Well, if you're
welcome backstage. If you're
if you're looking for me, you can find me on the block disobeying the law. But
this guy
coming soon to
he's not honorable.
Coming soon to Twitch. Soon-ish. I got a lot of work to do, but soon-ish should be Sage_GH.
Is it going to be before the end of the year?
I would hope so, but I got a checking and savings account. So I don't know.
You gotta move one from the savings into the check-ins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Haven Exchange. Check us out next Wednesday for another episode of your favorite podcast ever. Don't tell me otherwise. It hurts my feelings. Anyways, we love you so much. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Later.
Shut the fuck up!
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No weird goodbye, Rick? They've come to love that.
No, just peace out, my my people.
Shut up.
I got nothing weird this time. Nothing weird.
No weird noise. Give us the sound effect.
Oh, you know what let's do the my impression of the Terminator.
God, okay, no, cut it off. No, cut it off.
Give it to me.
No.
No, I can't do it now, man. It's on the spot. Next time, though. Next time.
It's terrible.
Next time he's gonna open the show with it.
He watched the African Terminator.
Oh, no, not the African Terminator. Oh my goodness.
All right. Bye.
This is the Haven Exchange.